Hello everyone! My name is Ginny. I'm from Paris. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Since childhood, I adored opera. My grandmother was one of those singers. Together with my grandfather, they performed for an audience, and after their bow, everyone clapped and rejoiced. I dreamed of becoming like her. During school, I joined the choir, worked hard, and learned new things about singing. In high school, I transferred to a famous conservatory, and I was accepted only because I knew music terms very well. I sang in the choir and performed at big events like city festivals, church services, and the openings of new buildings. One time, while performing, a bird flew by and dropped a tiny feather that flew into my throat as I inhaled. When I exhaled, I couldn't sing and started screaming abruptly, causing the choir to stop and the crowd to fall silent. I'm sorry. After the performance, my teacher approached me.
Listen, Ginny, it's better if you don't sing in the choir.
But Mr. Sykes, I couldn't sing because of…
No, it's not for you. Sorry, Ginny.
Mr. Sykes, that's not fair. I really did it by accident. I didn't mean to.
Ginny, I'm expelling you from the group.
Well, fine. You won't find anyone better than me.
Good riddance.
In the evening after the event, I sat by the fountain, wondering what to do. All because of a stupid feather. I was so upset.
Hello.
Suddenly, the most handsome guy I had ever met appeared. He was wearing a black shirt, his neck was covered in tattoos, and he had a guitar case with him. Hi.
Listen, I really liked how you screamed.
Is this a joke? I wasn't supposed to scream. It happened by accident.
No, I really liked it. Come to my performance tomorrow at this address. He handed me a piece of paper.
Why should I come? Were you following me? Are you a creep?
I've been watching you from the start. I can help restore your reputation. I play in a rock band.
Rock?
Come, you'll like it.
No, I'm not coming. You're too strange.
We'll see about that.
Lying in bed that evening, I couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. I was burning with anger and shame. Mr. Sykes' words kept spinning in my head. Who does he think he is? Then my gaze fell on the table, where the guy's business card was. Maybe it's not such a bad idea. I could take the risk. To hell with it. Whatever happens, I'll show them. The next day, I went to the address given. It was the creepiest bar I'd ever seen. It was covered in posters and graffiti, and there were hardly any girls. And I quickly sat down, waiting for the guy to appear. I stood out in the crowd like a sore thumb. Suddenly, the action on stage began. The guy from yesterday took the bass guitar and approached the microphone, while the other band members just waited.
My name is Rick, and this is my band, The Dreamers.
The guy started singing and even screaming in some parts. What? I thought he was joking, but the scream actually sounds quite pleasant in this music. The crowd started to cheer, scream, and chant. I was shocked. After the song ended, Rick saw me in the crowd and shouted, "Hi, gorgeous!" Rick and I sat and discussed this music genre and how difficult it was to sing that way. So, you're saying that screaming is also music?
Yes.
And how long did you practice screaming?
Years of practice.
Sounds interesting.
Listen, the reason I invited you is that we need a soloist like you. We were thinking of finding a female voice.
Me? Can I sing like you?
Days of practice, and you'll be fine.
That's very strange. I don't think I'm right for this role.
You're saying you can't even try? Imagine if you had never performed with a choir because it seemed strange.
No, it's completely different.
Songs in this style are also different.
I didn't like it, but I decided to give it a try. Rick started training me on how to sing in this style. Of course, it didn't go very well at first, but over time, things improved. We often went to different festivals with Rick, and I enjoyed spending time with him. At festivals and concerts, Rick talked to me a lot about their style and vocals. At one point, I started to like him. During a rehearsal with Rick, I wanted to play the bass, but he quickly grabbed the bass guitar and said no. But why? I want to try it.
No, bass is not for you. Besides, our former soloist was a bass guitarist.
So you won't let me play the bass just because she was one?
Yes, I think it's a bad omen. Well, you're the boss.
While practicing on the guitar, I couldn't imagine how interesting it was. The guys played their instruments, and I felt like a valuable member of the team. In the choir, it was the opposite. I could easily be replaced and no one would even notice. Rick was just amazing, always buying me coffee before practice. His tattoos made him stand out even more. If he didn't have tattoos, he would look like an ordinary guy. The day of my first concert came. I was scared to perform in front of an audience. Before, I was among others in the choir, but now it was something completely different. Rick saw me in this state.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Are you scared?
It seems so. I thought I'd overcome this feeling performing with a choir, but now it's different.
I'll be with you on stage. Just imagine it's another rehearsal.
Well, it's worth a try. Stepping onto the stage, I stood there, scared for a minute, until Rick started first. He began to play notes on his bass guitar. I adjusted and started to play and sing. It was simply incredible. I closed my eyes and just began to sing, screaming at times. The crowd was shocked.
Is she new?
Not bad, her voice.
She's only 18.
The crowd cheered for me and everyone applauded. Wow, that was amazing!
Yes, I think so too!
Late at night, leaving the bar where we performed, a girl dressed in all black stood by a pole. The brightest thing glowing around was her eyes. Well, hello, Ricky.
Roxanna.
Who's this, Rick?
My ex, Roxanna Black, also a singer. She used to perform with us, but left.
Oh, Ricky. You have a very beautiful soloist.
Stop it, Roxanna. We're not together anymore. Leave me alone.
I didn't come for you.
I came for her.
Me?
I challenge you to a musical rock battle. You don't understand. She's a newbie.
I understand.
Good luck, newbie. I hope you're not scared and will come. We'll see about that, Roxanna.
The next day, Rick explained that Roxanna was a very famous singer in the rock world. She had covered many songs and was very strong. She left Rick's band when offered a good contract. Despite everything, Roxanna just left the group. Rick was very disappointed in her. He told me how they spent time and hung out with other punks, and that he never thought she would leave. Rick loved her so much that he even decided to marry her and wanted their band to be #1. Rick, I decided not to refuse her.
What? But why?
I want to be better than the former soloist of this band.
But you don't understand. She will just wipe the floor with us. She knows our weaknesses and will choose the coolest music to make us fail.
Yes, but she hurt you, and I won't leave it like that.
Rick and I started to think about which song would defeat her. Rick came up with something about love and how unfair it could be. Roxanna hated love songs, so we decided it was the best option to sing about love. The day of the rock battle arrived. The stages faced each other, and we were preparing for the performance, while Roxanna just stood and looked at us like prey, saying she had already won.
I felt fear, but looking at Rick, my fear disappeared instantly. He just smiled at me, saying everything was fine. The crowd gathered, waiting for the start, some chanting for Roxanna. Roxanna went first, grabbing the microphone sharply. She sang about malice and how wonderful it was. The song was great. Roxanna clearly knew how to sing. The scene she sang on changed colors. Her band members were on top, but Roxanna stood out among them. The crowd was in shock, chanting, "Roxanna! Roxanna! Roxanna!" Roxanna finished her song and looked at us with a smirk. "Oh God, that was beautiful."
Don't worry, Ginny. She just warmed up the crowd. We'll outshine her.
Damn, she's really good. I don't know if I can beat her. At that moment, I started to doubt myself. A lump formed in my throat and a shiver ran through my body. Could I surpass her? It started to rain. Now it was our turn to sing. We began from afar, first about peace and life, and then smoothly transitioned to love. Rick was trying very hard. It was clear he was looking at Roxanna with anger while playing the bass guitar. After finishing the song, the crowd began to applaud and chant. Then, Roxanna started to cry. Rick was very surprised. Roxanna took the microphone and said, "Your song touched me deeply. It was simply incredible. And Rick, I didn't tell you, but I regret my choice and haven't stopped loving you. You won. I was shocked, initially thinking Roxanna would win, but more surprising was her confession. I understood that Rick also couldn't forget her and was upset. Maybe I was really out of place here. Suddenly, Rick grabbed the microphone. No, you made your choice, Roxanna. I like Ginny. You're now in the past. Oh God, I blushed from all of this on stage. Rick came close and said, Ginny, I like you. I couldn't say anything because I was still in shock. The crowd started to scream. Roxanna threw the microphone and left the stage. Rick, I like you too. It turns out rock is what I was always searching for in life. Thank you, Grandma. Now I understand what it feels like.